Before I started, I did not think synchro was as hard as it really was. And I got a big wake-up call. Synchro is so different to any other sport. It's like doing a marathon or a sprint while holding your breath and knowing that you can't breathe when you want to. You get so many people scoffing at the idea of synchro because of the misconceptions about it. It's not just about being flexible, artistic, but it's about showing power and strength. The whole point of synchro is to make yourself look as beautiful and flawless as you can while trying to drown yourself in water. My name is Ethan Kalea, and I'm the first male to represent Australia in synchronised swimming. I used to love competing at swimming, and it was my thing. It was like I'd get into a zone where I felt literally at home, like I felt so comfortable. I'd close that door because I stopped falling in love with racing, and that was what I actually enjoyed about it, and I sort of had an opportunity to reopen it and actually explore something that I've never done before. And being at 18 is not the right time to change sport because you've got so many habits going through your mind. I actually found that as part of my actual benefit because I didn't have to worry about working hard or being determined because I had all those things already, and I was already self-motivated in so many different ways, and I knew how to work and I knew how to train and how to be an athlete. I was training for 6 months by myself with my coach, just trying to learn all the basic stuff and learn basic figures and learn how to sort of get combinations of a lot of movements. July last year is when my partner and I actually came together and started training as a mixed duet.
With his swimming career, it was always an individual sport, so it's something that he had to rely upon himself and his own strengths. What we've noticed with synchro is that he had to rely on a partner, so there was a big learning curve for him, both physically but also mentally as well.
So Danielle, she's a veteran in the sport, she likes to say. So she's been doing it for about 19 years, so just as long as I've been alive. It's not common to put an expert in the field with a brand new beginner. Most people would call it crazy, but we made it work, and we've made it work all year, and we've got this massive respect for each other, and it's been quite a big learning process, but we get on really well, and it's honestly like having an older sister that looks after me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Getting the chance to watch us, we are quite we understand how to make the water move for us. So the way that we move when you're good at synchro is quite slow and controlled, but he didn't even really know how to get upside down, and I was around him and he was kind of flapping his arms and flapping his legs, and I was like, oh my god, what have I got myself into? So not only has his skill level improved so much, but I think it's just his mental ability. That was a really big hurdle for Ethan at first because he just didn't understand, I think, how to tell his mind that his body is okay. His synchro is 80% a mental game. It's physically really hard, but mentally it's so much harder.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Open Mixed Free Duet event will now take place.
Last time that we swam was actually Ethan's first time ever competing. We definitely came into this competition with a lot more confidence than last time.
You've just been watching Ethan Kalea and Danielle Kettlewell.
The biggest fear of my life is being pulled away from something because my body can't take it, or not being able to do something I love because of external reasons. In 2015, I had a season of injuries, and in the same week was quite sick. I remember waking up, getting into the shower, and just feeling like really dizzy. I felt like I was going to throw up, and then I just remember everything blacking out. I was in Adelaide for a state team trip, and I had another episode straight after I swam, so it was my first swim at 200 IM, which is quite a hard event, and I finished it and then kind of was just feeling really dizzy, and then just felt my body black out again, and so I passed out on the side of the pool. You know, it's a scary time when that happens for a second time because you don't know why. I never got a valid reason for it by that point. I just was exhausted, and my body was just, shutting down, and then all they could just determine was that my heart was working too hard and it had too many electrical currents, and it pretty much gave up on me. I've been very fortunate to not have any episodes ever since. You know, I've had to be mature enough to know when to stop and when to rest and when to actually do what's right for me. It's always going to possibly be there as a factor to deal with. I don't talk about it that much because it doesn't define who I am. If at any point something gets taken away from me, I have done everything I can to get to that point, and I'm doing the best I can. My life is pretty much synchro, in and out of the pool. You have sometimes those doubts of why am I doing this, but I think it furthers me to push myself to go, you know what, I love what I'm doing. There's a reason why I'm doing it, and I'm getting better because of it. We went to the 2019 FINA World Series, the China Open, that was held in Beijing. Making my international debut is something that, you know, I'll probably never forget. It was one of the greatest weeks I've ever had in my life. Not only because it was a year worth of preparation for it, but it made every training session that's been hard worth it, and it was the first time I had felt really in love with the water and really felt that I was at home. It was enjoyable for us because we knew that we were there for a reason and we deserved to be there. You know, we wanted to make sure that the first time Australia's ever been represented in a mixed duet, that it was the best it could be. We were there for a week competing against about 4 other mixed duets. We swam really well. It was actually probably our best swim we've ever done. But I remember looking at the corner and seeing the 4 other mixed duets just sitting in the corner, all cheering for us right at the end. And it was something that, you know, you've got the best competitors in the world who have all been at this sport for so many years, and they're all standing around to watch you compete. That's what the community of synchro, and especially with mixed duets, has really done, is that all the people in the sport are really just trying to help each other, and every time we have someone join, it's not another person to add to the competitor list, it's another person that's supporting what you are trying to do and supporting your dreams. You're not there to bring anything down from them, but you're there to help them rise up. You know, these are your competitors, but they're also your greatest friends, because there's only a handful of us, and it makes it even more special. That's a huge part of the reason why I joined, because of the future that it could be, that there was an international level, that was something that I was like, you know what, that'd be pretty cool to represent the country. And then I did. I've always had this one thought that keeps running through my mind, is that I just want to help the people that have come after me and make it easier for them. It's not just about putting more men in the sport, and that's never been my intention of just having boys in it, but actually encouraging more girls to jump in and actually have the sport grow, not just men in the sport grow. And the more mixed duets we do see, we're going to see things that we've never seen in synchro before, and I think, you know, the creative side between the female and the male partner is just going to be amazing. If I can make one little step or one kid joining because of seeing me, then that's all I can do, and that's enough for me. I love what I've been doing. It's not just about the success of myself, and it's not about what I achieve. It's beyond that, and I think that's what gets me so excited about what I'm doing. That it's bigger than me, and that's great. And it's not that I'm not caring about my own success, because I'm going to work hard no matter what. It's just, if I can do something beyond just being in the pool and just doing an event, then that's more important, and that has more of an impact. Everything that people have taught me and everything that people have invested in me, I want to make sure that I'm doing it justice and I'm doing it to the best of my abilities. I don't want to waste anyone's effort, and I don't want to waste time for myself, so I just want to do the best I can and, yeah, crush it. Blooper reel. We're just friends with the Russians. Yeehaw.
Last couple questions. Let's talk about
I'm single and date me.
mingle.
I don't know, this is what people do. I'm kidding.
5 soft sticks.
Long walks on the beach. I kill it on Instagram.
Alright,
Next
let's
question.
Let's do it again.
What would you get to get guys and girls in the sport?
I'm cutting there.
I'm walking out. Don't. What do you call it? We call it synchro.
It's a wrap, my dudes.